I hate to be the guy to say I told you so. Chelsea are gonna be in the Champions League. I told you since last summer that at the end, Chelsea have the quality to be in the Champions League. Chelsea win away against Nottingham Forest. I said this morning, and I told you that Chelsea will do the job against Nottingham Forest. I'm gonna ask you before we talk about the game for something. Hit that like button underneath the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, because there's a lot to talk about on this video about Chelsea's summer work, about how Maresca today changed the way he played, about the players stepping up today against Forest away in one of the toughest grounds to go to. But at the end, they get the job done. He started Reece James. He didn't start Lavia. He started with Cole Palmer, Jadon Sancho, Madueke, and Neto up top. And I want to start by saying something. Enzo Maresca today changed the approach for the game. He played in a way that doesn't let him be exposed on the transition. Fair enough to him, to be honest. We gotta be fair on Enzo Maresca today. The man literally today played the game in the best way possible to get him a 1-0 win. He knew that all he needed is a 1-0 win. It didn't matter if he plays good football. It didn't matter if he attacks, if he has position, if his team is on the front foot. It didn't matter. All what mattered today is get the win, and he got the win. Today may be the start of a new era for Chelsea under this ownership. It's the first time since they took over where they qualify for the Champions League. Now, you go and do the business. But before that, we got to look at this team. We got to look at Cole Palmer. We have to look at Madueke today. He had a good game. We have to look at Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, who again was monstrous today. Monster performance by Caicedo. I got to give a shout to Colwell. Popped up when it needed. Levi Colwell in the defense. Adebayo played beautiful today. Reece James, the captain of Chelsea today, led the team by example. He was fantastic on that right side, to be honest with you. He was ridiculously good defensively. And also, he provided something going forward. Reece James. And Reece James today, if this guy stays fit, we know that Reece James is one of the best right backs in the league, if not in the world, if he's fit. The problem with him was injuries. And you see Reece James, when he gets a run of games, how good this guy can be as a leader. As a leader by example, playing good football, and also being a leader on the pitch. He led the guys very, very well on the pitch. They were composed, they were compact, and on the counter, they were good. And to be honest with you, I got to give a shout to Enzo Maresca as well. Was great today in game management. We got to be honest about him. He was fantastic today. But Chelsea, I'm telling you, now summer starts. No project players. You made it to Champions League. You made it to Champions League. The objective has been achieved. You're going to be in the Champions League next season, so you got to go and get Champions League players. You don't go and get project players. You get Champions League. You make sure that next season there is no struggle to get in the Champions League. You make sure that you go to the second round of the Champions League because the quality is there. All you need is some additions. A center back here. Kukurea played well today as well, a goalkeeper and a striker, and you're cooking. You have a good midfield. The wingers can get better with Neto and Madueke. You're going to get Estevao, which a lot of people are saying is great. You go and get the strikers that are needed for the Champions League. You get a striker, you get two, but you do the business. But Enzo Maresca, this season, yes, he has had a massive dip. But lately, in the last yard, in the run-in, he managed the team well. They won games that a lot of people did not expect that he would win. The Fulham game, the Everton game, the Liverpool game, this game. He managed the game well. Is he the guy to lead Chelsea next season? We know that he's going to stay in the job. So we got to stop this Maresca out, Maresca in that people talk about. We got to be objective. Enzo Maresca is going to lead the team next season. And if he's learning on the job, you gotta give him the tools. And I want to hear what you guys think about this. If Enzo Maresca is gonna learn on the job, he needs tools that won't fumble. He needs players that know how to win. So when he's not great managerially, these players step up and get them the results because that's what they're gonna need. But this season, to analyze the season for Chelsea, started brilliant, had a massive dip in the middle, and ended the season magnificent, to be honest. Nothing short of sensational from Chelsea at the end of the season. When everyone doubted them, I didn't. I actually, when I was watching Chelsea against Fulham and Everton, I thought that this team would get Champions League. They're going to get the job done. They're going to win the last game at Forest. By the way, I said that like about 4 weeks ago. I said that Chelsea will go to Nottingham Forest and win the game. But they need to be in a position, if they win the game, they qualify. And they did today. So at the end, if you look at the table of the Prem, Chelsea, if you look at the table, Chelsea finished 4th. And Chelsea finished 4th, where I thought that Chelsea would finish in the beginning of the season. I told you in the beginning of the season that Chelsea would finish 4th. You can go back to the videos of August when I told you that Chelsea will finish 4th. I doubted them. I doubted Chelsea in the middle of the season. I said that maybe Enzo Maresca needs to do better. But again, at the end of the season, he did what he's supposed to do. He actually provided something different. He played a little bit more pragmatic. And he get the results that are needed to actually finish 4th and end in a Champions League spot, Enzo Maresca. And Caicedo, all I have to say is that Caicedo this season has been enormous for Chelsea. Enormous for Chelsea. One of the best players in the league this season, to be honest. When they needed him, he stepped up. He had monstrous games at the end of the season. And I'm watching this guy, and I think he built on this. Now you're sure of keeping Enzo Fernandez from Real Madrid because you're going to play Champions League. He's the vice captain. Now there are no talks in the summer about, Real Madrid want him because Chelsea are not going to make Champions League. Now I'm telling you from here that Enzo Fernandez will be playing for Chelsea next season. He's going to be in the midfield. It is on Enzo Maresca now to find the right balance, to actually not have a dip, to not have bad performances. But I'm happy for Chelsea. I'm happy for my Chelsea viewers. I'm happy for my Chelsea friends. I'm happy that they are getting the job done. I'm happy that they did what they are supposed to do at the end, because I said that the teams that I wanted to see in the Champions League, which is Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool, are actually going to make it to the Champions League. Aston Villa bottled it. Nottingham Forest, nothing more than a Conference League team, nothing more than this. It's actually flattering to them. Yes, they had a consistent season, but the football they play, the quality they have is not amazing to play in the Champions League or even Europa League, because Aston Villa are better, and that is nothing more than what they deserve. Nottingham Forest Conference League, they have to be happy with this. I know they bottled Champions League, but they have to be happy. They were a relegation team just a season ago, and now they are playing Conference League. It's a good achievement for Nuno. You got to be content with what they have. But all the talk is about now is, can Chelsea actually now build on this and move forward to be a team that is consistent in the Champions League? Can they go even and challenge next season? That is what we're going to talk about all summer. Do you push from here and challenge for the title next season? I'm not going to say you win it. I'm not going to say you be one of the favorites, but can you push a little bit to be more within the first 3, the first 2? Can you put a little bit of pressure? It all depends on the summer window, of course, but congratulations to Chelsea. You made it to the Champions League as I expected. A lot of rivals didn't want Chelsea to make Champions League. I wanted Chelsea to make Champions League because I think it's better for the Premier League. It is better for the Champions League if a team like Chelsea make it. Great achievement by Enzo Maresca, especially after the dip that happened mid-season. The likes of Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer, Reece James, Cucurella, the likes of Colwell stepped up at the end. Great by them. Neto, Madueke, fantastic achievement by the kids. Of course, they need to build on that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hit that like button if you're still here, and I will see you later.